Hey y'all, Melissa here at Twin Oaks Family Farm in Southeast Ohio, USA. Thanks for joining us for this video. If it has a hype button available right under where the video is playing, please press that. YouTube viewers can press 3 hype buttons for free a week as of August 2025, and those hype buttons give points to the videos that you hype. So consider pressing that button if you would. This video is an update on the flock that we are finishing during August of 2025. Here's the video from August 25th, 2025 on 222 Cornish Rock Cross meat chickens being finished for poultry production. Thanks y'all. Hey y'all, welcome back to Twin Oaks Family Farm in Southeast Ohio, USA. Thanks for joining us. Try to get you a little update here on this flock of Cornish Rock Cross meat chickens. They are in production for poultry. These are meat chickens and they are in the finish stage of our production cycle. So they're very near the end of production, very near the butchering date, and very nearly ready to be processed into poultry. So we're actually on day 34, and this group is being raised on a 37-day production schedule. That simply means they'll be 37 days of age on the day that we take them to the processor and on the day that they're butchered and processed into poultry. So it is really quite amazing that we can start with a chicken that's the size of a chicken egg, and 35 to 42 days later they can absolutely have grown enough and converted feed to meat enough that they are ready for processing into poultry. But that is exactly the case with Cornish Rock Cross meat chickens. They're hybrid chickens that have had crossbreeding that has emphasized traits that help them grow rapidly, convert feed to meat efficiently, and be ready to process into poultry very quickly. So quickly that, in fact, one of the things we really emphasize when helping educate people about Cornish Rock Cross meat chickens and about poultry production is that when you raise Cornish Rock Cross meat chickens, you really need to start with the end in mind. What we mean by that is even before hatch day, it's best to have plans in place for the butchering and processing, because they grow rapidly enough that if we don't start with the end in mind, sometimes the 5-week mark, the 6-week mark, it sneaks up on us. And it's really actually very important to process these birds at the appropriate time and not let them just continue to grow indefinitely. It's much more humane to butcher meat chickens at the point of finish, when they are still thriving and still have mobility, than to allow them to grow indefinitely and become overgrown to the point of it being a detriment to them. Emphasizing the birds' mobility and quality of life during production is the main reason we strongly advocate for maximum 6-week production schedule. These birds have the capability to get large enough to be finished for poultry within 6 weeks. We feed a 22% protein feed, and we actually offer access to feed around the clock. So we have consistently experienced with that production schedule that we can have these birds ready for poultry in just 6 weeks' time. You certainly can raise them longer than that, 7, 8. We just love seeing that these birds that are about 5 weeks old are strong on their legs. They're able to stand up, they're able to walk around, they're able to move, they're able to hold themselves up. There's no question about them having leg strength and mobility. It is quite normal to see them spend a lot of time laying down, but they're laying down because of that being their choice out of their own free will. It's not because they lack mobility. It's not because of a lack of room to move around. These birds have mobility, have room to move around, have free choice to do that. But the nature of the meat chicken is that they're going to choose to spend a lot of time doing this. Just being still, just laying down. So we have 222 birds in this flock. They were hatched July 23rd, 2025 and go to processor August 28th, 2025. And it's August 25th, 2025 as we're recording this. So all the birds that are in this flock that go to the processor will be butchered and processed into boneless, skinless chicken breast, and the meat from the thighs and the drumsticks will actually be deboned and ground into chicken patties and chicken kielbasa. Ambient temperature conditions are finally lining up just about perfectly with what this flock wants. This bird is sitting in front of a fan enjoying the moving air, but outside temperature is about 76 degrees Fahrenheit, and we would estimate that these birds want to be between 70 degrees Fahrenheit and 75 degrees Fahrenheit at this point in their growth pattern. So that's just about perfect. We're going to still see these birds consume quite a bit of feed over the next few days and continue to fill out quite a bit over the next few days. We're real pleased with where we're at right now, and they'll have feed 24/7 until feed withdrawal. Feed withdrawal will occur about 16 hours before their processing appointment, and feed withdrawal simply means we take all the feed out of the finish pen at that point. So we'll be doing that on Wednesday afternoon, and they load out Thursday morning about 4 a.m. And this is actually our next to last flock ever of meat chickens that we're going to raise for direct marketing to consumers. We have one more flock scheduled after this that will finish production on October 20th, and that will be it. That will be it. This group currently has 222 chickens in it. At least 200 of them for sure will go. We've got less than maybe a handful of birds that are a little small, on the small side, may or may not go to finish. One is very small, definitely won't go to finish. So we'll see what Thursday morning brings when we load them up. But at least 200 will go. Realistically, I think around 215 of these birds will go to the processor. And then the next flock we're raising, which will be the last flock we raise, will be about 425 birds that we start with, trying to get 400 successfully to the processor. Thanks for checking in. This flock looks great. We're really satisfied with how they've started and grown and how they're finishing. We're ready to get them to processor here in just a few days. And we want to encourage y'all, especially through our videos, if you are looking for a way to produce protein for your family, raising meat chickens is a very doable project if you have a little bit of space that you can make suitable for raising chickens. You can start, grow, and finish Cornish rock cross meat chickens within 6 weeks. And you could stock a freezer of your own for your own household with top quality poultry that is excellent protein. So if you have any questions about wanting to do that or trying to get started doing that, please put them in comments. Once upon a time, we were brand new at raising Cornish rock cross meat chickens. We came to that with a background of having had egg production chickens and a general agricultural background. But meat chickens are different from egg chickens, and meat chickens are very specialized. Thanks for joining us. We appreciate it. If you don't want to raise livestock or can't raise chickens or can't raise other livestock wherever you are, but you still want to make sure that you're getting great, wholesome foods, please heart local ag wherever local is for you. That just means source foods directly from farmers and ranchers who produce them, preferably in your area if you can. That helps agriculture. Agriculture needs consumers, and consumers need agriculture too. Thanks, y'all. God bless you. We appreciate you.